just moved into my first home, a beautiful place, quiet on the outskirts of town. Feeling a little paranoid after hearing too many unsettling stories, I decided to install a state-of-the-art security system. Cameras, motion detectors, you name it. I wanted the peace of mind, and it seemed like the perfect solution. The system was top-notch, and I was proud of my decision. Everything was set up perfectly, and I felt secure. At least, that's what I thought. A few days after moving in, I was checking my security logs, just as a precaution. It was routine. That's when I saw something odd. The camera in the living room had captured strange movement in the middle of the night. Footsteps, slow and deliberate, pacing back and forth. The only problem? I was home alone. I hadn't heard a sound. I tried to convince myself that maybe I just missed something. The system had never failed before, and maybe the wind triggered a false motion detection. But deep down, I felt a chill. The next night, the log was worse. The motion sensors picked up movement again, but this time, it wasn't just footstep sounds. The camera captured a shadow passing from one room to another. Its form was too distinct to be a glitch. I froze. There was no way it could be real. I lived alone, and I was sure that I had locked all the doors before bed. Could someone have broken in? But when I checked the windows and doors, everything was secure. I tried telling myself that it was just a fluke, maybe a bug in the system, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. A few nights later, I woke up to the sound of footsteps in the hallway. At first, I thought I was dreaming. I heard it more clearly, slow and deliberate footsteps. I lay there, frozen, waiting for the sound to stop, but it didn't. It continued, pacing back and forth outside my bedroom door. I grabbed my phone, checking the security feed in real time. The footage was blurry, but I could make out a shadow moving through the house. I wasn't really alone. Eventually, the shadow disappeared, and so did the noise. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, I checked the security log more thoroughly, hoping it was just a bad dream, but the log was worse than I imagined. The system had recorded multiple instances of movements in various rooms throughout the house, with the last entry being at 3:02 a.m. I tried to contact the company, but they assured me the system was functioning perfectly. But I was sure I'd seen something on the footage. I wasn't crazy, was I? I called a friend over to stay with me for a few nights. I wanted someone else to feel the strange presence too. When they arrived, they didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was as though they couldn't sense the oppressive air that I felt in the home. Rechecking some logs, something caught my eye. One of the cameras had recorded movement again, but this time there was something different. At first, it was just an ordinary outline of someone walking down the hall, but then it wasn't just the outline of a person. It was clear, a distinct figure of someone sitting on my couch. I could hardly breathe. I was sure no one had come into my house, but there it was, someone sitting there in the footage. Their face was shadowed, but their body language was clear. They were waiting for something. I called the police immediately, but by the time they arrived, there was no one there. The house was locked up tight. The system's security log was blank. I had to chalk it up to a glitch, but I couldn't ignore the feeling that I wasn't alone.